everyone, so this video is another sketchbook session, and this time I'm drawing cats because last time a couple people wanted me to draw cats, and I thought that would be a good idea because I got a little more comfortable drawing dogs, and there's something about cats that I've always struggled with, so I hope to get a little bit better at it. The part that I struggle with the most is the head of the cat because cats are just so fluffy that I can't tell the geometry of their head, I guess. So I did a couple of quick skeleton studies, cat skeletons, and it was actually really interesting seeing how their skeletons look. And it was kind of useful to see where their legs come out of, because cats are so fluffy and they just have so much loose fur and skin on them that it's really hard to see their actual anatomy. So doing the skeleton definitely helped. I want to do some more, especially of the head, and also some muscles. I feel like that would help too, because I just can't quite tell, like, especially with the fluffy cats, where they're, like, how it all works. With shorter haired cats, like some of the ones I drew, it's a little bit easier to see their anatomy, but the super fluffy cats, looking at reference photos of those are nearly impossible to tell what's going on. And, I feel like if I was looking at that cat in real life, it would be a lot easier, because I'd be able to kind of look around it and see it in 3D rather than 2D. It's always so much easier to have your references right in front of you, because you can just, like, if there's any part of it that you're unsure about, you can kind of walk around it and see it from different angles and maybe figure out how that one part looks. I'm getting close to finishing this sketchbook. I have maybe an eighth of it left. I have maybe like 10 pages double-sided left to do, and I really wanted to finish it before this video, but I didn't. But soon I will be finishing it and I'll be uploading a sketchbook tour. There's lots of studies in this sketchbook. I practiced a lot of stuff. I didn't really work on ideas too much in this sketchbook. I mostly just kind of studied anatomy a little bit and animals a lot, because I do like animals and I want to be able to draw them better, but I also need to draw humans better, so I try to do both at the same time almost. So there will be a sketchbook tour of this whole sketchbook once I finish it. It should be within 2 weeks, that's my guess. I know I said a long time ago I was going to finish it in a month, but I kind of got burnt out and I just couldn't bring myself to sketch or draw for a while. So I decided to kind of give myself a break and not focus on quantity, focus on quality and my enjoyment of the sketchbook, while also trying to actually be productive in it and enjoy it and use it. So for this sketchbook session, I use just a regular mechanical pencil. There's nothing special about it. I usually use these really cheap ones that I got in a giant pack that still haven't run out because they don't break that easily. And the lead that it comes with is a little bit too hard, so I replace it with softer lead. It just so happens to be Pentel lead. I didn't even realize that was the brand. I just kind of grabbed it from Staples one day and it ended up working, so I just always grab that lead because I'm just used to using it. And the markers that I use to kind of color in the backgrounds and just highlight specific sketches are the Kawai watercolor brushes or brush pens. They're like watercolor markers, I guess you could call them that. I won them a long time ago and they've been lasting me so long. I'm kind of trying to use them up, but I also really like them in my sketchbook because they don't bleed through to the other side. You can move them around with water, and they have a brush tip so you can get in small details and larger details. So I would recommend them, actually, if you're looking for something good for your sketchbook. They're pretty versatile. If you have anything you want me to try drawing in a future sketchbook video like this, please let me know. I always am looking to try to tackle something that I'm not very good at. Well, not always, but usually I am. I probably should work on doing perspective and buildings and more geometric stuff. Maybe I'll do that next time, more landscapes and buildings and stuff like that. But it depends on how much free time I have, because I'm not going to have a lot of time, because probably like a lot of you, I'm starting school, so the video schedule won't be as consistent as it has been. But it really hasn't been all that consistent this summer. But I will try my best with the free time that I have. After I finish this sketchbook, I have quite a few that I need to fill. I just kind of accumulated them over the last year. Some of them are pretty small, some of them are bigger than others. So the smaller ones will mean more frequent sketchbook tours if I can manage to fill them faster. I really want to focus on developing my idea development, I guess. I want to be able to come up with more interesting things, and I also need to work on my colors a lot. I always have a really hard time with color palettes lately because I overthink it and I make things too saturated. I think I just need to study real life a little bit more and maybe other paintings. So I tend to limit myself too much with color, or I use too many colors. It's just something I need to work on, and it really hasn't been my main focus for a while. Something I've always wanted to do is just like sketch people from real life, but I'm just so afraid of people catching me drawing them that I'm too afraid to do that. I wish I could turn myself invisible to do that. So I just really want to draw people from everyday life. I just think that would just be so much fun, but I don't want people to look at me weird or to see me staring at them and then looking back at my sketchbook and they know exactly what I'm doing. I've gotten a bit better with drawing in public. Like, I can draw things that I see a bit better. I just try not to think too much about it and just do it because who cares? Like, who cares what people think if I'm just drawing? I try to tell myself that. So that has gotten better, but I want to be able to draw people, but I don't want them to see me drawing them. I also really want to go to a zoo, or not a zoo, maybe like a farm or some sort of place that has a lot of animals, a humane place, preferably, and draw animals from real life, because that's a lot of fun. The only animals that I've ever drawn from real life are seagulls and birds, because that's the only thing I can get close enough to. And I actually saw a one-footed seagull maybe like a year ago, and I drew him in an older sketchbook. I actually struggled a lot with these cat drawings, surprisingly. Well, not really surprisingly, because I'm not that good at drawing cats. It was just sort of like an off day. Well, I did do this over the span of a couple days, I think, but I just kind of had an off days when I was drawing them. I just couldn't get their faces to look right. I am happy with some of them. Like, nothing has to be perfect in a sketchbook. I kind of take the bad and try to learn from the bad and not incorporate the mistakes I made into future sketches. I try not to erase too many things, because, like, it's good to see your mistakes, I guess, but it can also be frustrating to have a really horrible drawing on a page, so I do erase some things, but I just leave other things that I don't really feel like erasing, and things that I can kind of look at and tell what I did wrong and what I should do better. I really hope you enjoyed this sketchbook session. A few people wanted me to draw cats, so I wanted to do that, and if you have any suggestions on what I should draw next time, let me know. I'm thinking it'll be something geometric, or I mean like something with more structure to it, not so organic, but who knows how I'll be feeling when I actually film the video. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.